The Miami Dolphins yesterday went up to Chicago and defeat the Chicago Bears 35-32. Quarterback Tua Tagovailoa 21 of 30, 302 yards, 3 touchdowns, QBR of 81.4, passer rating of 135. I think he still leads the league in that. Ground game, Jeff Wilson, the new running back, 51 yards on 9 carries, 77 yards total. The ground game is still very meh. We'll see how Jeff Wilson ends up being as he gets more integrated into this offense as things stand. The rushing attack is still just it's okay. It's okay. Tyreek Hill, though, 7 catches, 143 yards, and a touchdown. Not only went over 1,000 yards on the season, but went over 1,100 yards on the season. Waddle, 5 catches, 85 yards, and a touchdown. Would have probably had a second touchdown if Tua just decided to air the ball out a little bit there on Tua's last throw of the game. But we just can't win easy. The Dolphins just can't win easy. Every game has to be some suspense, stress-filled game that, man, I feel like I need to go to therapy watching these Dolphins play. I'm more stressed, more anxious watching Dolphins games now than last year when we were 1-7. The year before that, where we were winless or 2 years before that, we were winless the beginning part of the season. This team drives me nuts. We are winning games. That is obviously the most important part here. We are winning games. But it's not easy. The Chicago Bears, Justin Fields was fantastic. I'm going to make a separate video talking about Justin Fields following this, but Justin Fields was fantastic. We could not stop Justin Fields to save our life. He had 178 yards and a touchdown. He is, if nothing else, an incredible athlete. He doesn't have the weapons around him, doesn't have the offensive line, but he makes plays. He is a play maker. The Dolphins couldn't stop him. On the preview on Friday, Donovan and I talked about how the biggest key was keeping Justin Fields in the pocket. What did the Dolphins not do? Keep Justin Fields in the pocket. That's a lot easier said than done. It's a lot easier for me to sit here in this air-conditioned room in this comfortable chair saying the Dolphins need to keep Justin Fields, one of the best athletes in the game, especially at the quarterback position, in the pocket. A lot easier said than done, clearly. But that was what was biting the Dolphins all game long. They don't have an incredible receiving threat. 7 catches, 43 yards. Did have the touchdown from Darnell Mooney. Chase Claypool came over, only had 2 catches for 13 yards. The ground game outside of Fields, 36 yards from Dave Montgomery, 23 from Khalil Herbert. There wasn't really anything else to this offense except for Justin Fields, and that was the biggest thing going into the game. And it nearly cost us. Justin Fields, at the expense of his I don't want to say the expense of his health because he didn't really take too many hits, but his offensive line, he was succeeding in spite of what's going on around him. And he's going to continue to do so until the Bears do eventually surround him with weapons. Fingers crossed for Bears fans that they do eventually surround him with weapons and an offensive line. But he was running up the middle of the pocket. He would have Chubb on one side, either Phillips or Ogba on the other side to collapse on him. He goes through the middle. He goes around them. He got everything done that he wanted to get done, and he was moving the ball up and down the field on the Dolphins. And let's be honest, we got lucky. We got bailed out by that call, or lack thereof call at the end. Keon Crossan. I'm pretty sure it was Keon Crossan. I apologize if it wasn't Keon Crossan. I'm pretty sure it was Keon Crossan there. Wrapping his arms around, I think it was Claypool like he did, so unnecessary. You have safety help coming over in Javon Holland. What happens if he doesn't pass interfere? Who knows? Maybe he comes down with the catch. I don't think he does. But he already got burnt once and had the pass interference called on him. He wasn't looking sharp all game long. We've seen that now a couple of weeks with Keon Crossan. He's not supposed to be out there. I know we were supposed to have Trill Williams, got hurt preseason. We're supposed to have Nick Needham, got hurt a few weeks ago. We're supposed to have Byron Jones back by now. We'll see when he eventually comes back. Keon Crossan's not supposed to be playing football for the Dolphins right now, but he kind of has to just because of the lack of bodies to put out there otherwise. And it almost cost us. We don't go out and get a secondary piece at the end of the trade deadline. There was multiple guys out there on bad teams that are looking to be dealt. Don't go out and get a single one. And that's the result is you let this bad offense outside of Justin Fields put up 32 points, have the opportunity to march down the field, put up at least a field goal possibly even a touchdown with how Justin Fields was moving the ball, and could have seen us win the game. This defense is horrible right now. It makes no sense. Was Brian Flores just this good on the defensive side of things that he was able to make it work in spite of Josh Boyer? Are these players regressing? Is Byron Jones being out affecting us that much? Brandon Jones being out, Nick Needham, those guys being out affecting us that much? The front seven, I think, is one of the strongest in the league. They can't contain anybody in the pocket. Kenny Pickett, yeah, he's got a little athleticism to him. Yeah, he can run around a little bit, but he's not. It's Kenny Pickett. You're not afraid of Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett rolled left, rolled right, ran up the middle. We can't keep contained. Now, the running game numbers outside of Fields, I like that. Leading rusher outside of Fields, 36 yards. I like that. But what Fields did to us, nearly going down to win the game, it's cause for concern. Let's talk about the positives. Tua looks great, except for a few throws in the fourth quarter. A few fourth down moments. The throw where if he just puts in, I'm not going to defend Tua's arm. Tua does not have a strong arm. Tua has one of the weaker arms in the league. Let me say that clearly. I'm well aware I'm not a delusional Dolphins fan who think Tua's arm's fine. No, obviously it's one of the weaker in the league. You see Tyreek Hill coming back to the ball every other throw. I'm well aware. But that throw to Jalen Waddle, that wasn't an issue of arm strength. That was just a bad throw. People trying to tell me he miscalculated the wind. It was a very windy day, blah, 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 blah. I don't care. It's a results business. You got to make that throw. Waddle has 6 feet of separation. You lead him in front. That's a touchdown. Helps my fantasy teams, plural. And that game probably gets iced right then and there. Instead, give the Bears the ball back, and we see what happens. I'm trying to talk positives. Jeff Wilson. I really liked the acquisition bringing Jeff Wilson over from the 49ers. When he filled in for Eli Mitchell, he had a very good season up to this point. Christian McCaffrey comes over, and pretty much how many running backs wouldn't play second fiddle to Christian McCaffrey in this league? He takes a back seat and has almost no yards since then. Comes over to the Dolphins, leads us in rushing for the day, 5.7 a carry. And oh, by the way, he gets in the end zone with a receiving touchdown where everybody was saying he wasn't a good receiving back. Maybe he's not, but I'll take 3 catches, 21 yards, and a touchdown for my running back. I'll take that. I thought he was a great acquisition. Kareem Hunt, he's better. I get it. But at least you got a guy. You got a guy who knows this system already. And he showed it. He showed that he can be the leading back for us. I think he will be the leading back for us. I think he will eventually start over Raheem Mostert. I'm happy with that. Bradley Chubb. Bradley Chubb was the story of every single Dolphins pass rusher this entire season. He got to the quarterback, but he wasn't finishing. It's spectacular. You can put in anybody at edge, and they're going to get there. They're going to pressure, but they're not going to finish. Melvin Ingram finally had a sack again. Finally, we had another sack. Melvin Ingram just bull rushed the left tackle, able to swallow Justin Fields. But all of our front 4, front 5, and then beyond that front 7, they get so close to the quarterback. They don't get him, and we saw oftentimes that allows the scramble drill. That allows 61-yard rushing touchdown. We need to start finishing on those. That's going to burn us. These modern NFL quarterbacks, they have the ability to roll out of the pocket. They have the ability to make plays with their feet. Not all of them are Justin Fields, but they do enough. And the ones you're going to be coming against in the playoffs, going to be going against, I don't know, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, even on a lower scale, but can still do it if they need to. Ryan Tannehill, talk about the Titans later. Almost all the quarterbacks you will be facing, if we make it to the playoffs, have the ability to somewhat replicate what Justin Fields did yesterday. Definitely have the ability to replicate what we saw Kenny Pickett do, I guess, when we played the Steelers. They have the ability to do that. We are winning games. Not take that away. 3-game winning streak. Tua, still top of the league in passing rating, one of the most efficient quarterbacks in the league. 21 of 30, went 9 for 9 on his first 9 passes. We look fantastic in first quarters. That offense, I mean, other teams look like they don't know what hit them. And eventually they do start to correct. But even then, Tua still finishing with 302 yards, 3 touchdowns. It's undefeated this year when he starts and finishes games. I can live with that. I can live with how Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waller are playing. A combined over 200 yards, a combined 2 touchdowns, a combined 12 catches. I am happy with that. I'm happy with Tua's numbers. I'm happy with him not turning the ball over. Didn't really have any balls yesterday that were turnover-worthy throws, which we've seen a couple times this season make too many turnover-worthy throws. Tua plays well. Waddle plays well. Hill plays well. Jeff Wilson, newcomer, comes in, plays well. 3 games in a row. That's all I can ask for. If we keep doing this and we keep winning, okay, I'll live with it. I'll say my prayers at night for my mental health. Because this team, I love it. I love seeing us win. But gosh, man. I mean, I know you guys were watching it yesterday, sitting on your couch, sitting on your bed, wherever you were, punching the air, I was punching my couch. I was so angry. But we're winning. And we won. It took about an hour for me to calm down and just be like, we're 6-3. We're 6-3. And I can live with that.